In the summer of 1980, a 16-year-old swimmer from East Germany touched the wall ahead of the world, claiming Olympic gold in one of the most demanding events in swimming. The moment unfolded under the pressure of global competition, political division, and the immense expectations placed on elite athletes of the era. Decades later, how should her achievements be remembered, and what do they reveal about dedication at the highest level of sport? This documentary explores the career of Rica Reinisch, examining her rise, her results, and the journey behind the medal. From an early age, Rica Reinisch showed a natural affinity for swimming. Born and raised in the German Democratic Republic, she entered a sporting system that identified athletic talent early and developed it through structured training programs. Swimming, one of East Germany's most internationally competitive sports, demanded discipline, precision, and endurance. Reinisch progressed steadily through youth levels, demonstrating particular strength in backstroke events, which require a rare combination of technical efficiency and physical stamina. By her early teenage years, Reinisch was competing nationally, earning attention for her consistency and calm presence in the water. Advancement within the East German system meant increasingly rigorous training schedules, frequent competitions, and a life structured around performance. Coaches emphasized technical mastery, race strategy, and repeatable execution under pressure. Reinisch's development reflected these priorities, as she refined her stroke mechanics and race pacing with remarkable maturity for her age. International competitions soon followed. In the late 1970s, East German women's swimming was emerging as a dominant force on the world stage, particularly in Olympic and World Championship events. Reinisch entered this environment not as an outlier, but as part of a deeply competitive national program where selection alone indicated elite ability. Each meet became both an opportunity and a test, with athletes measured against global standards and internal expectations. The defining chapter of Reinisch's career arrived at the 1980 Summer Olympic Games in Moscow. At just 16 years old, she competed in multiple backstroke events against the strongest swimmers of her generation. The Olympic stage carried unique significance. The Games unfolded during a period of geopolitical tension, and participation itself was shaped by international circumstances. Within the pool, however, the focus remained on performance, precision, and the unforgiving nature of Olympic competition. Reinisch delivered results that placed her among the most successful swimmers of the Games. She won 3 gold medals in backstroke events and earned 1 silver medal, becoming one of the standout performers of the 1980 Olympics. Her victories were achieved through clean starts, controlled turns, and powerful finish elements that defined elite backstroke racing. The margins were narrow, and the races demanded flawless execution. Winning multiple Olympic medals at such a young age placed Reinisch in rare company. The achievement represented years of preparation condensed into a handful of minutes in the water. Each race required not only physical capability, but the ability to manage nerves, maintain focus, and execute under the weight of expectation. Her performances were recorded, measured, and entered into Olympic history. Following the Olympic Games, Reinisch continued to compete at the international level. She participated in major championships, including European and world-level competitions, where she added to her medal record. Her name appeared consistently in final heats, and her results reflected sustained excellence rather than a single isolated success. In backstroke events, she remained a benchmark competitor during the early 1980s. Training during this period remained demanding. Elite swimmers of the era followed year-round programs that emphasized volume, technical repetition, and race simulation. Preparation involved early mornings, long sessions in the pool, and constant evaluation. Reinisch's ability to maintain performance across multiple seasons demonstrated resilience and adaptability, particularly as competition intensified globally. Despite her success, Reinisch's elite career was relatively short. As with many athletes who reach the highest level early, the physical and mental demands of sustained international competition played a role in shaping the length of her time in the sport. She retired from competitive swimming while still young, concluding her career with an Olympic legacy already secured. After retiring from elite competition, Reinisch transitioned into life beyond international sport. Like many former athletes from her generation, she moved away from the structured environment of elite training and into a more private life. Public records confirm her withdrawal from competitive swimming, marking a clear end to her time on the world stage. Over time, Reinisch's name remained part of Olympic history, referenced in medal tables, record books, and retrospectives on East German swimming. Her achievements continued to be acknowledged within the sport, particularly in discussions of Olympic backstroke excellence. The historical context of her career is inseparable from the era in which she competed, but her results stand as documented performances achieved in official competition. When viewed through the lens of sport alone, Reinisch's career reflects several defining themes: early talent identification, discipline development, peak performance under pressure, and the brevity that often accompanies elite athletic success. Her Olympic medals represent measurable outcomes of training, preparation, and execution at the highest level. The passage of time has shifted how audiences understand athletes from the Cold War era. Today, documentaries revisit careers with a broader historical perspective, seeking to understand not only results but the structures surrounding them. Within this framework, Reinisch's career remains anchored by confirmed competition outcomes and officially recorded achievements. Her performances at the 1980 Olympic Games continue to be cited among the most successful Olympic debuts in swimming history. Winning multiple gold medals as a teenager placed her among a select group of athletes who reached the pinnacle of their sport at an exceptionally young age. These achievements are preserved in Olympic archives and remain part of the sport's recorded legacy. Beyond medals, Reinisch's career illustrates the intensity of elite sport and the narrow window in which peak performance often occurs. The discipline required to reach Olympic success is immense, and maintaining that level can be equally challenging. Her decision to retire marked a transition that many elite athletes face, moving from public competition to a life beyond the pool. Today, Rica Reinisch is remembered primarily for what she accomplished during her competitive years. Her name is associated with Olympic excellence, backstroke mastery, and one of the most successful swimming performances of the 1980 Games. The clarity of her results allows her story to be told through verified records rather than conjecture. In reflecting on her career, it becomes clear that Reinisch's contribution to sport lies not only in medals won, but in the demonstration of what is possible when preparation meets opportunity. Her performances remain fixed in time, measured in seconds and finishes, yet their impact extends through decades of Olympic history. Rica Reinisch's career stands as a documented chapter in the history of competitive swimming. Through disciplined training, technical precision, and composure under pressure, she achieved Olympic success at an age when most athletes are still developing. Her journey reminds us that behind every medal is a finite moment where preparation, circumstance, and performance align. In recognizing her achievements, we acknowledge the dedication required to reach the highest level of sport and the lasting record left behind when an athlete does. If you found this story insightful, please like, share, and subscribe to Behind the Medal, where we continue to explore the real journeys that define sporting history. This video contains generated images. They are used only for creative illustration and may not represent the athlete's exact appearance.